I cast Fireball.
And we are live.
Hey,
Hello,
Fireball!
everyone. Welcome to
92.
Disorderly Decisions. I am your humble GM of the evening, Sylvan, and I will be taking this crazy group of small animals and a Lysander on an interesting adventure. How's everyone
One
doing?
of us. One of us.
Just,
Everybody's got to talk with a really high voice.
just a wild magic surge makes Lysander shrink 3 feet. And then it's perfect. Actually, I think it's better. I think it's
He just
better that it's not.
throws down the leashes.
I honestly wish your
Gives up.
character was actually a little taller, just to make it even more ridiculous.
I feel like if
Apparently-
Lysander was the same size with all of us, it would be a terrible, because I don't know how you'd rein in Nixie.
You would never.
Apparently,
Levitate.
Boom Boom has
Okay.
a enlarge and reduce. He could just cast it on me all the time.
You cast
Imagine-
it every day for a year, it becomes permanent, right?
I think you'd have to do, like, you know, in
Oh,
The
yeah.
Despicable Me, where, like, she's holding, like, the giant stuffed animal. I think that just have to be, like, how Lysander would carry me around. Just Nixie being dragged around the same size.
I love it. It's so fluffy.
Well,
Nixie wouldn't even fight it. She'd just be like, I'm happy to get the attention.
well, now you've got even more fun, because Boom Boom can fly. What's the?
Technically, Nixie
Anybody
can too with
fly
that
if they
broom.
believe hard enough.
No, that's
Yeah.
true. You need that Eldritch Blast invocation that like drags him back towards you. You just fucking like pull him back towards you every time. Like no, no, no.
Grasp with Hadar.
That's.
I think if Zizzle tried hard enough, he could get up there too. He's got gravity.
Oh yeah.
We'd have to reflavor that as Lysander's leash.
I tell you what, if you give me a level, I'll take it.
Yeah.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
eventually.
Did we level up? We made it through with the intro.
No. But do a little recap. Last time, following the unusual battle against a undead controlling harpy in the city's graveyard, you all left from there to try and search for the captain of the guard that you were told is a contact as you hunt for clues about the death of the Duke. On your way there, you all witnessed something very unusual as some flaming ball of light crashed down onto the ground not too far away from you. And when you went to investigate, you found, in addition to a regiment of guards who had come to take a peek and see what that was that crashed down inside the walls, you found a small, fiery fairy that seems to have been cast down from the sky, or so it appeared to you all. With this new, unusual addition to your group, you made your way to the East Keep, where you were told that this guard captain was stationed. But once you got there, you found out that he had been relocated to the opposite side of the city on the Isle of Waves in Stormbreaker Keep. Searching for Captain Graves, once again, you made your way through the water taxis of the city and found a very defensible structure on the precipice of a cliff, with the main portion of the keep built on top of a sea chimney, this large pillar of rock that has been magically polished smooth and adorned with many downward pointing spikes to avoid people climbing up. And just before we left, you came across Captain you were admitted to see Captain Graves, a mountain of a man appearing to be human with a dressed in fairly simple armor, but in his office you see a large, for lack of a better word, door that looks like it's been outfitted to be a shield and a rather wicked-looking half-moon battle axe. And that is where we pick up tonight, with you just being introduced into his office. You all look around in this chamber and you see it's fairly sparse, as it doesn't look like there's a lot of ornamentation or any kind of stuff, of personal items of this individual, other than the weapon and shield leaning against the wall and a rather simple wooden desk with a few small three-legged stools sitting in front of it. This Captain Graves standing before you greets you with a smile. What is it that brings you in to see me this afternoon?
Boom Boom will straighten out, because obviously she needs to take charge of the situation. She knows what's going on. She'll straighten up, put her hands on her hips. She'll go, "Okay, Lymander, I got this."
And then she feels Zizzle's little hand on her shoulder. We just found you. Did you need to see Captain Graves too?
No, but
Okay.
I'm important.
That's nice. And he bats her on the head a little bit.
Ooh, that's nice.
So it's kind of a weird story, but I was supposed to tell you that. Hold up, I lost the password. The peacock flies only when the threat is great.
So Montgomery sent you this way, did he?
Yes. Oh, and we were sent to him via the Duchess.
Interesting lot to have made their way through the Duchess's home, but who am I to judge?
We were sent to the Duchess after helping a town with issue with a hag and some cultists, and apparently the cultists have something to do with the Duke's demise.
Well, still to be determined what all they had going on in the city besides the Duke's death. But regardless, anyone willing to help in this, I'm happy to consider them an ally. It wasn't right what happened to him. He was a good man, a good ruler, and he always managed to look out for me and my men.
That is what we hear. I do not know him myself. I only spent a few days in your towns before I left. But everyone here seemed happy with him.
Everyone except obviously these cultists, but there were some political figures who were not happy with his dealings. A lot of the elite of the city felt like we should be paying more. Giving more thanks, I should say, to the Emperor and his people that he has stationed in the city.
Do any of Do any of them have ties with the cult? I guess that would be kind of a silly question to ask. If they were
There's
super obvious.
nothing concrete that we've been able to find. Rumors of the like, but mostly just finger pointing. One lord belittling the other, or trying to put blame on someone who they have disagreements with. Enmity goes deep among the elite in this city, any other city.
But that sounds exhausting. I guess Elrith always had to deal with that. Luckily, I never had to get my toes too deep in politics, but now it seems like we're kind of tied into it. But can we be of help with finding things out?
I do have a few of my men out looking for clues. But we do have some information that we managed to get from one of the bodies of the cultists involved. Some of the priests on the Isle of Gods came to our help, and the one body we were able to recover, they were able to speak with it and as of now, I know that there are 3 locations within the city that have possible cult hideouts, or at least some affiliation. But we were not able to get the location of any of them specifically. But we do know that one is definitely on the Isle of Waves.
Well, that's as both good and bad. The island's not that big.
There's still many buildings to search.
Well, that is fair.
And these cultists seem to disappear whenever we find a whisper, a hint of their dealings. They seem to move, they seem to change their location with a maddening frequency, making it very difficult to track them down. That's why, one of the reasons why I'm at Stormbreaker Keep now. I couldn't stay in Eastwatch, or Eastkeep, and have as close of a watch on the island. But there's other reasons.
Well, how are you people finding them? If it's the big clunky guards in the shiny armor that let people know they're coming, that might make it easier for the cults to run.
Well, officially, this investigation has to be done with guards or people associated with the guards. But that's why Montgomery's been searching for people willing to help in the search who are not part of the guard. And it seems that if you've got the ear of the Duchess, I can trust you with such a task.
I'm willing to help. The cultists are not nice people. I don't want to speak for everybody.
And he looks at like everybody in the crowd real quick and at Boom Boom.
I have a feeling this one will want to help just because she wants to go boom, but the other ones might have things they want to do.
At that, Boom Boom will put up her hand to speak.
No, not here.
Well,
Nixie, when you look over at her, exclusively just waves really excitedly.
um, I'd appreciate if nothing in the district went boom without good reason. Maybe a small boom, but many of the buildings here are old, and most, if not all, are made of wood. So, booms tend to do lots of damage around here.
Boom Boom's hand, like, she stretches up to get the hand higher even now.
You put out the fires if you start fires, boom boom.
First, quick question, Zizzes. Peacocks don't fly, right?
I don't.
She's been
I don't
thinking
know.
about this the entire conversation.
Well,
They have the ability to go short distances. A
They
long
can
distance
fly.
flight is not possible.
Really? Didn't know peacocks could fly.
Mm.
Oh, what are we doing here?
Yes, Chug, disco chickens can fly.
Again, short
Disco
distances.
Disco
Go
chicken.
chickens?
And then go, hey, you!
Yeah. So, whether or not it's related, there have been rumors that this came from what the guards have collected. Which is why I say avoid the boom. Because many people's businesses and homes have been actually, mostly businesses have been vandalized. Some burned. We don't know whether it's the cult activity or some other problem. Other people are saying that they were attacked. We found groups of people who were attacked and beaten, some to unconsciousness, some more severely, but very few have died, except in the fires.
Sizzle side eyes. Boom boom.
Boom Boom is
Just
like
got-
trying to figure out how one does anything without fire exploding anything. All answers are returning no, you can't. So she'll shrug and go, I'm out of solutions.
Oh no. It's not always about blowing people up, boom boom.
But it expedites all problems.
No, it just gives you no problems.
Yes, it gives you no problems.
No
Seems
problems.
like you have a lot of problems if
No problems.
Graham dumped you on us.
Well, I mean, Graham once said, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush. I don't know how that relates to this situation, but that's what she said once.
I'm
Well,
sure
that is
you
the
it probably
bird.
has nothing to do with the peacock.
Maybe it did have to do with... Boom Boom sits back down, like, cross-legged. There's like a hand, like her hand to her chin, and she's just thinking.
Is there anything you need from me to help you in this investigation?
Maybe a way to let the guards know that we are helping and not causing chaos on purpose. And I know our group is a little loud at sometimes. Getting in front of that might be a smart idea.
I'll spread the word. Then that will only take it so far, depending on how much chaos you really do cause.
Well,
Some things can be
so-
ignored, others, like burning buildings, less so.
we'll try to do best to make sure not to burn buildings.
We are going to need diplomatic immunity.
I don't-
I mean, you do have that letter from the Duchess, and that's close as you're gonna get.
That is good enough.
You said you know a place on Isle of Waves where they are currently?
We know they are located on the island. We don't know where exactly it's located. There could be some locals around who've seen some things. My guards have mostly been dealing with the fallout of the vandalism and the fires. We still haven't found out whoever's attacking the people in the street at night, though.
Are these events happening simultaneously with each other, or are they separate events?
It's difficult to tell. We haven't figured it out if they're connected or just happening at the same time. But usually, on the evenings when there's vandalism, I'd say about half the time there's one where people in the street are attacked.
In the same proximity of each other?
Not all the time, no.
I see. Where was the last attack?
Vandalism or
Either or.
physical attack. Last physical attack was that would have been what the fuck is it called? Let me get to that shit.
Look, I have stumped him. He doesn't
Yes,
even
you
know.
have.
This man is the killer. Arrest him.
I don't think so. I mean, he's kind of like in charge, Carlos. That's not how things work.
Boom, boom. You know what to do.
No.
Boom Boom's hand starts to rise.
Just pushes it back down.
The
Obliterate!
the last vandalism was at a small shop near the Promenade of Tide on the northern end of the island. And the last attack in the streets was near... What the fuck is it called? I know I gave it a name.
We shall go to the what the fuck is it called?
Yes.
We shall ask her out.
It's a shady
The
bar.
last one was near a tavern called Knuckles Up.
Knuckles up. I see. Is this
It's near
person
the key.
conscious and able to... Can we ask this person some questions?
This person was detained after the attack as they were in possession of some items that didn't belong to them. But then after that, they've slept in the cell since.
No information has been given. They were attacked.
They were attacked. They saw
No
a
description of who did it.
single figure dressed in dark clothing. Didn't mention any sort of weapon, and it looks like he was beaten hand and foot and elbows. Looks like he was physically beaten by hand.
They hit his elbows.
Not,
Tragic.
not his elbows, hit with somebody else's elbow. Being
weapon of
sick helps
choice
with
was his
Felton's
elbow.
voice.
There you
Think-
go.
I think it would be hard to hit yourself with your own elbow. And Nixie's gonna raise her arm and then like start trying to like do it, and then she's just like, you know what? I'm gonna try to lick my elbow. She's just gonna kind of like going for it for a while.
Are you
Perhaps
so...
if your elbow was still attached to your own arm, but if you were to remove it and then swing it with force, you could easily hit somebody with your own elbow.
Well, let me rephrase what I said. The man in the cell that was found with items that he had stolen was beaten by another person with the other person's bare hands.
It was a vigilante.
He stole someone. He stole a bear's hand.
No.
Oh
Boom, boom.
my
No.
God.
He's
No.
a dark-dressed figure beating up criminals in the night. I know exactly who this is.
Batman?
I am Batman.
You know it. We shall shine.
Wait.
We shall shine his signal tonight, and we shall
No.
find him and get to the bottom of this.
No, it's not Batman. It's peacocks, ducks, birds. Yeah, Darkwing Duck.
You, ma'am, have a strange fascination with birds.
It's Howard the Duck. What are you talking about?
If-
Yeah, that was Knuckles Up is near the key.
What a perfect place to be a vigilante at a place called Knuckles Up.
It's a.
We should.
I don't think they're a vigilante like or much.
It wasn't at Knuckles Up. It was near there. Knuckles Up is a tavern. They have a fight pit inside of it. Somebody might have just gotten drunk and beaten this person. Just so happened to be stealing. I don't know. I haven't sent any guards there because I'd probably get the same answers. They were probably
They
drunk.
have a fight club?
They do.
But
It's called
Is
the
that
Door.
even
we're supposed to
legal
talk
here?
about it.
And participants in the fight club are willing of their own volition, and they understand that it is until submission or unconsciousness.
I have never heard anybody talk of a fight club before.
Well,
I don't know that they have them in the realm you are
This-
from.
this is more of a boxing ring than a fight club. It's just people willingly participate. They make some money on the side if they want, but otherwise, we tend to leave him alone because Bowden is pretty good at keeping the peace in his own establishment.
Until it reaches the street, and his patrons are beaten mercilessly
Using elbows.
with
Well,
elbows.
You are beaten.
I almost got it that time.
You're beaten with your own elbow.
let me help.
Somebody rips your arm off and beats you with it. Well,
Savage.
his
Or maybe
Bowden-
they were beat with a sack of elbow macaroni.
Bowden and his men do not tolerate fighting outside. This happened several streets away. I just gave you that as a reference to where it's at. Otherwise, its proximity to Knuckles Up is no different, because other attacks have been up near the promenade, some at the bottom of the hill near the keep, if all over the island. The last one was near Knuckles Up, that's all. Why are all these hands
Boom's
going
hands rise.
What?
Boom's
This
hand is
little
rising
fairy.
slowly.
How can I help you, little fairy lass?
Boom will go, well, from where I'm at, there's this rock golem. We just call him Rock. And he uses an elbow in one of his attacks. Maybe it was him. We usually call it, what is it? Well, he really fights for the people, so we call it the people's elbow.
Oh, shut up.
I hate you so much.
So, I feel like you just saw Felton, Zizzle, and Lysander all do the.
Well, I've given you places to start. I don't know if there's anything else I can give you for information. We've only recently been able to acquire this information about their location on the Isle of Waves. It's only been a few days.
There's a good chance we can still find them. But
Hopefully.
we can look. I don't want to promise anything, but we can try. If we find something, we'll either let you know, or try to capture one alive.
Thank you.
Nixie will stop trying to lick her elbow and raise her tiny little paw.
Yes, little one.
Can you tell us where a good place for food is?
Well, I'd say the best inn and food establishment would be the Leaping Bluefish, also near the promenade.
Perfect. Thank you.
Decent food, a little pricey, but there's other places throughout the island. A few taverns,
What?
a few inns. But that's probably the best. Just a little more pricey than the others.
It's appreciated. Unless anyone else has a pertinent question for the commander, maybe we should let him get back to his work.
The only thing I would have to ask is it normally just small acts of vandalism, or have you come across anything worse?
Most are small businesses. A lot of them are out of the way, but most of them have involved with the ships, either shipwrights or sailmakers. Generally speaking, they seem to target anyone who assists with the maintenance of the ships and trade.
No other murders or anything like that, then?
None out of the ordinary. I mean, every city has its dark side. But most of the vandalism, like I said, it's at night. Businesses are closed. It's not the occasional ones where they set a fire and the proprietor lives upstairs. There's been deaths, but usually it's at night and nobody's around.
It's good to know.
I hate it when Chugman has a question that Boom Boom would never ask in her life.
Beat it to
I'm
Zizzle,
trying-
he might ask it.
I'm trying to figure out how Boom Boom would navigate being able to ask, do any of these businesses have connections to criminal organizations? Do they pay protection money? But
Obviously not.
I mean, does Boom Boom even know protection? Like, Boom Boom is the reason why people
No.
get protection money, pay protection money.
Yeah.
Boom Boom just got here.
yeah,
Yeah.
Boom Boom can't navigate her way to asking that question.
Exactly.
So Boom Boom's gonna ask the question that's on her mind. Boom Boom will look up at him and go, "Can you lick your elbow?"
I
Unfortunately,
apologize for this too.
well, I am a guard captain. I deal with a lot of soldiers, and now that I'm over here at the Stormbreaker Keep sailors, and they have some, let's just say they're not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
And we'll learn it.
I love my
Alright.
random action people.
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
you too.
was Nixie not the first one to come say hi?
Yeah. Are you
So,
still
I mean,
high? I can't remember.
I am. That's
yeah.
why I was trying to lick my elbow.
So Nixie was the first one that came over to say hi to Boom Boom. So Boom Boom has imprinted on Nixie, and now all the dumb shit that Nixie does hi, Boom Boom is like, this is totally normal for here, I guess. Let's go.
Ah.
Uh,
Zizzle was trying.
What's
She's just faster than Zizzle is.
scary now is Nixie is now Boom Boom's spirit animal. And I'm not sure how bad that's going to end up for either of them.
I love it so much.
I just imagine they're asking these questions, and Nixie and Boom Boom are actively sitting like kindergartners, like crisscross
Like patty
applesauce,
cake.
raising their hand.
I can definitely see that. So,
Nixie's little tail is going back and forth the whole time.
if
Boom
you
Boom
have,
was trying to help Nixie lick her elbow.
if you have
She's a
no other
cat. She's the one with the
questions-
best chance to lick their elbow.
If you
No,
have
we have
no
no
other
other questions.
questions for
It
the
wasn't even
captain,
that she couldn't do it. It was just that she was too high to know how to move it.
so he will
Bad.
say farewell at this time and let you know to keep him informed if you come up with any new information, and he will do the same, as well as pass on word to his guards to give you some space to work.
Listen, I'm learning that if we get unleashed inside of town, we need to talk to the guards first.
It's always sunny in Philadelphia. Music plays, and it says the gang joins the community watch.
God. So where are you off to next as you descend from Stormbreaker Keep down the winding path towards the remainder of the Isle of Waves and into the heart of this bustling sector of the city? Even though
I wanted
now
to
it's
punch
getting into
somebody in the mouth and knuckle out, but
now it's getting on to evening, like afternoon time frame, because you guys have been out and about for most of the day. Because you went and fought in the graveyard and then had to traverse most of the city because you were told wrong information. So I'd say mid to late afternoon at this point in time. And based on the information you're given about the inn and the bar is closer to you. It's near the quay, which is to your northwest, and the inn is all the way at the northern tip of near the northern tip of the island.
Now, when you
Regardless
say the
of what we
key,
do.
Are you meaning the quay?
That's not how you say the fucking word.
Nixie is going to be looking for the blue fish the entire time.
Key. Not
Every
quay.
time Boom Boom sees the sign pointing towards the quay, she'll say it's the quay.
Yeah, I figured as much. Anyway,
The quay is that quay.
where are you headed? Or
Probably
what are you
to-
doing to investigate this situation?
Probably towards the bar. I know we got one high cat who needs to come down off her buzz.
It's
There is
been
They
a-
might have good bar food.
It's been a while, so you're probably on your way down.
Oh, I'm on my way down.
Yeah, not
I'm a lot
full-
more mellow now.
Yeah, you're getting into the less stoned and more just the mellow sit on the couch vibe.
Quick, drink the drink real quick.
Riding on Lysander's shoulder, just kind of limp.
And then I want to say Zizzle brought Whisper back after the graveyard fight, but I can't remember.
I
I
don't
don't think we have had. I don't think we've had time.
Yeah, you haven't
Yeah.
really. I mean, you can take the
Okay.
10 minutes, I think it is, to bring her back.
Yeah, I just couldn't remember if
No.
he did it in the church or not. Okay.
You had
That's fine.
not yet.
Oh yeah, no, you definitely did because I made it a part of the burning ritual that was.
Oh yeah,
That's
Your
right.
prayer.
You are correct.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes, we do have Whisper.
So you are headed towards Knuckles Up then?
Yeah, approaching dinner. Half this party, well, most of this party needs to eat regular food. I know Grimwitch will eat the souls of the damned, but that's what's required.
And-
So-
Yes,
and
and
treasure.
I ate a bunch of the shiny things inside
Trash
of the
and
captain's
treasure.
office.
So
Yes, all of those, a lot of the shiny things that the captain had on his desk were delicious.
there was nothing shiny on his desk. There was
There
nothing
isn't
that
just the
now.
ink pot.
it's like an ink pot, a quill, and some parchment. Nothing shiny. He's very simple. So as you kind of make your way, he would have definitely stopped that behavior.
I had to send
We would
them
have
to
gotten
another
murdered so fast.
I like to
I
think
had
that he like popped it open like a trash can and just pulled it out.
When the dog eats the wrong food, no.
Yeah.
What's in your mouth? What's in your mouth? Spit it out. Spit it out.
Nothing. Running around.
All right. So you make your way through this district, and you see, like, even this late in the day, you still see a number of artisans and apprentices of various sorts, many of them carrying either wood or cloth or some other material that would be used to fix, build, or retrofit ships. Seems like much of the established businesses in this island are set to that task. Is the ships and the trade that goes out on ships. It's still bustling. Go ahead and who is leading the way? And is anyone watching out for anything on the way?
Say as we go, Zizzle would be looking more at like the businesses, trying to see if we walk past one that has obviously been arsoned recently, or people who look nervous.
Perception for that one. And who's leading
Nixie
the
is
way?
going to be looking out for that bluefish that she heard about. She's just hyper fixated.
Go ahead and give me a perception check for that as well.
These buildings that have been arsoned, Boom Boom would like to figure out if it was magical fire that did it.
If we see any, we don't know if we've seen any yet.
Yeah.
So pairing up with Zizzle's perception check, on the way, you do find one building that looks like it didn't burn entirely, but you can definitely see that like the windows are smashed in, and there is definitely some burn scars across the front of it. Like maybe it didn't catch all the way. Go ahead and give me a investigation or arcana.
I'll take the Arcana.
Oh
yeah.
I was about to ask if I could get in on that roll or not, but that's a natural one.
As Zizzle manages to point this building out to you, you move in closer to the side of this building to look at these burn scars and are momentarily transfixed by the pattern that it causes in this wood. The wood here is different than what you've seen in the Feywild. This has different patterns in the grain, and you almost get mesmerized by the shape of what the fire did look like. And you can see it in your head, the fire coming out of this window, as you get clubbed in the side of the head by this stray board sticking out the side of some dude's wheelbarrow as you're just transfixed by the fire, just kind of dunk, knocks you upside the head. You take 1 point of damage. And it kind of breaks you out of that reverie.
Boom Boom will like, as she was like looking at it right before she gets hit, she's just like stroking the wood. It's so beautiful. Look, things burning here so beautiful.
Exactly. So fascinated by it that you don't notice the guy with shit sticking out of the side of his wheelbarrow. And
Why don't you watch where you are going? You struck my friend.
I got shit to deliver. If you want to make the deliveries for me, then you can go ahead and fucking do it. Otherwise, get out of the street. Stop standing and looking at things.
Your deliveries do not permit you to just club passerbys in the road. Say you're sorry.
Fucking tourists here always looking at the buildings like they're anything fancy. It's a fucking building. Just get out of the way. Let
We
the
are
locals
investigating
go.
a matter of crime. You, sir, are impeding an investigation. We are the community watch.
Ignores.
Say you are sorry.
Keeps walking.
Grimlich goes over and flips over his cart.
Grimlich, calm down.
Grimlich.
Grimlich, you get that son of a bitch!
I'm sorry.
Oh no.
You fucking bastard, what's wrong with you? I've
What
got
is
lots
wrong
is
with
wrong
me,
with him.
sir? What is wrong with you? You strike a queen in the street, and then you
Whoa,
move
whoa,
on
whoa,
as
whoa,
if
whoa.
it is her fault.
Oh,
Oh, pardon, my lady. Well, now I got to clean up my fucking mess that you caused. Go the fuck out of the city. You ain't from here.
Your manners caused this, sir.
Can I
Maybe
do a
this should be
stealth
lesson
check?
to you.
Oh,
this poor man is just trying to do his fucking job.
please. What are you trying to do with said stealth check?
He wants to tie his shoelaces together.
I'd say that's more of a sleight of hand than a stealth, then go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
It's bold because she doesn't want to get caught.
Well,
Am I offering assistance with this distraction of my outrage?
Intimidation.
I'd say, well, give me an intimidation check, and depending on how good you do, I may allow for advantage on this.
Boom Boom is going to play up her injury too.
Oh,
Boom
Lord.
Boom's like,
She's-
I'm dying.
She's so
I-
small, the board
That's
probably
a
didn't even
15.
feel it.
All right, so 15. It seems like you're getting under his skin and he's starting to get concerned. So yes, you now have advantage on your sleight of hand.
Let's put this guy in a body bag.
23. Just gonna get down to it and then go back. Hopefully unnoticed.
As
You weren't kidding when you said you wanted immunity. Just gonna go fuck with everybody.
this is not what I had in mind.
It's rude.
As,
He hit somebody and didn't say sorry. That's rude. It's with wood.
yeah. You ever been to New York City?
Yeah, exactly. And if I
Don't
had the powers of the barbarian sunglass that I am, I would do that. I would say so.
So, as you kind of not really loom over him because you're tiny, but he's unnerved by this group of tiny people that is just fucking with him and does not notice that something is wrong with his bootlaces as he trips and falls on his face amidst the building materials that he was transporting, cursing and swearing to himself.
Ah, you see now. See what your rudeness gets you. Only pain and suffering.
See, when the shoes, on the other hand, that's what you get.
That's not
What
the
she
same.
said.
Lysander's gonna try to wrangle everybody up and
Yeah, Zizzle help
try to
with that.
apologize to this guy and give him.
Don't you pay him? Don't you dare pay him.
I'm not gonna pay him. I'm gonna give him
What
a
are
hit
you
of healing
doing?
light.
What? He has taken no damage. If anybody needs a healing light, it is the queen here.
Well,
Queen
maybe-
Boom Boom.
Maybe his aches and pains are just gone now.
Are you gonna help him up?
He's a working man.
He definitely seems like he's moving a little bit easier now as you've provided that healing. But with this guy's misery firmly behind you, you continue through the street. You do not see the leaping bluefish. You do see a barrel outside of a fish market that has blue fish swimming in it.
This must be the place. Do you see it? Look!
Ah, yes, the bluefish.
The
This is what we were looking
bluefish.
for.
No,
Keen eyes. We found it.
no, no. This is a place you buy fish from. This is not the tavern.
But
I'm
the
confused.
bluefish.
They
There
are
are-
bluefish.
They are blue fish, you are correct. This is just, if you wanted to buy a fish, you could buy a fish here. If you want to go
Do
to a
you-
tavern called the Bluefish, we have to go elsewhere.
So do
Do
we
we?
go over there to buy our drinks for the tavern?
No, this is not the tavern. Extraplanar entities, please stay close. Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. While on the mortal plane, please stay close to your selected mortal and do as they say. Except for you, Boom Boom, you chose Nixie, which was a poor choice.
But-
I have yet to choose my mortal. Let me look around.
Well, please pick one of the ones in this group. Grimlich, not one of the random ones off to the street. They must not be understanding.
Hmm.
It limits my choices.
Let's
They
go.
keep adding more rules as it goes
Nixie
on.
will just wave at him like you should
And again,
pick
it's not
me.
Nixie. Not Nixie.
I
Please
choose
pick
Nixie.
Lysander.
Hey!
Ah,
Wait, I could pick Nixie, you could pick me, and then
you're
Right,
Nixie
not
can pick
immortal.
you.
You're not a mortal. You are an extraplanar entity, and therefore are not a part of the group of people who are allowed to be picked.
All right. Well, then I
What?
will choose Nixie, and by proxy, Queen Boo Boo.
That's how.
Nixie chose Lysander.
Well, at least one of
Grimlich
them
just
chose
runs over
correctly.
to the two of them and just like does a little crow hop and just gets in line. All right.
Well,
Wait.
okay.
If I grab one of Grim's hands, Nixie, you grab the other and we can swing him.
Nixie gets really excited by this. Hops down.
Point of order. I'm pretty sure he's taller than Boom Boom is.
Boom Boom knows what she said.
And also probably a whole lot stockier and muscly, so
How tall is Boom Boom?
She is the smallest you can get on height, so
like 2 feet
2 foot flat.
even.
Okay. So I'm not much taller than that.
Yeah, but you also
Boom Boom also
are
weighs 12 pounds.
You are also considerably stronger, which implies that you are a denser person.
A
Oh,
brick
he's also a
shithouse.
bird.
I just start jump roping with Nixie and Boom Boom while they're holding their hands and they're holding mine. in my
Oh
hand.
God.
Oh, well, at least Nixie is on a leash. We will have to get more leashes for the other two.
An hour in, we've had 2 conversations, one of which ended in a fight, and now 2 people are a humanoid jump rope. Good start, guys.
That man was rude.
How about we just go find a tavern? It can't be far.
Wait,
yeah.
look, Blue Flish!
Ooh.
Blue Flish!
Blue flish.
Blue flish.
You need to stay out of Nixie's catnip.
You
If I remember correctly, Boom Boom came with her own shit.
Yeah.
That's why Nixie's like the way she is right now.
No, we took that from you before she had that stuff.
No,
No, I sniffed it
but
and it got me high. I didn't even have any.
Bacchus also gave her a
Yeah.
wineskin full of catnip infused booze.
Ah.
And I don't think anyone else was privy to that information.
We were not. Otherwise, I
Slipped-
would have taken that from her.
Slipped to Nixie on the low.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Nixie.
Her other
Bacchus
stash of
in there.
catnip is definitely in the clutches of Lysander. Or at least most of it.
All of it.
Mm-mm.
He took it all. I'm
I
sad.
took the pouch, yes.
Cut to, we appear in front of the blue fish.
No.
Yeah, literally.
You said you were going to Knuckles Up. Or
Knuckles
Oh,
up,
yes.
yeah.
Okay. So as you kind of make your way through the streets, it gets a little, as you move towards the key, it gets a little more lively. You hear music coming out of certain different buildings, and eventually you find yourself standing in front of a roughly round building, several stories tall. Huh?
Like a barrel?
Shorter, but very big. So you can see standing outside this building at the entrance are 6 very large, very muscular, and very well armed with heavy cudgels. Men and women of various races. You can see above the door is a very simple like scrollwork sign that just says "Knuckles Up," and it looks like this sign has been polished to the point, like the wood on the side of the building is pretty simple, but this wood on this is very polished and very nicely decorated, but still simple.
Nice.
As you step inside, you are admitted past this group of guards, and you find yourself standing on a platform that looks down into this sunken common room that surrounds an even further sunken down circular arena. There's a huge bar that curves along one side at about the same level you're at, but from the common room you actually have to climb up onto it. And you see that the 2 floors above you are just rings, where on top of those rings you see tables and chairs of people who can look down into the fighting arena in the middle.
Did we get asked how tough we were before we came in?
Mm-mm.
How tough am I?
Nails for breakfast without milk.
Oh, right this way.
But it's
Yeah,
it's very loud in here. There's lots of conversation going on. You see, at the moment, you see 2 figures down in the arena that are just slugging it out. They look like just 2 drunk dudes who are just not putting a lot of energy into the hit because they're pretty hammered already. But it's going on, and you hear people cheering and laughing at them, but everyone seems to be having a pretty good time. There is music, but it's drowned out pretty significantly by the noise of everything else going on in here.
You're saying the fighters in the middle are Jackie Paul and Mikey Tyson?
No, they're not that enthusiastic.
I love how much work.
Neither were they.
I did not watch the fight, so
You didn't miss anything.
That was sad.
that's kind of what I was led to believe, but
It was an obvious thrown fight.
Oh, super obviously thrown. I was so disappointed.
I don't like that. That's weird.
Too lively.
Yeah.
We look over on stage as Yvonne playing. She's in a guitar cover.
How the hell did you get here?
Yeah. Where the hell have you been?
I mean, technically, she did find you guys. She's with you.
Yeah, she is with us.
Yeah, she's over there. Like I said, Pat Benatar cover group. Hit me with your best shot. That's what we hear.
Except it's on the bagpipes.
Yeah. Oh my God.
I'm sure somebody's done it.
It's gotta be a thing.
I'm certain they did. I'm certain it has been. So you get into this place, and you see there's a number of empty tables, but it seems like this place is popular because a lot of the tables are full.
Nice. Probably definitely grab a table and plant the troublemakers at it.
Grimlich sits at somebody else's table.
Grimlich, no, this one.
Oh, I apologize.
Boom Boom takes Grimlich's seat as he gets out. He gets out, and Boom Boom just sits there.
Would you sit
You
on
saw
the
my
main
seat.
floor or one of the higher floors?
I guess whichever one looks probably more out of the way. We want to be able to people watch here a little bit because this is where the last.
It'd probably be like
where we think the last attack was dragged from.
Second story. It's not the story. The difference of the stories is not too much because it's essentially these second and third stories are designed to be watching the fight. So they don't want to put them like at the Feather Dancer's Rest. It was a huge, elaborate structure where there's massive they use that giant column-like structure as part of their show, and you saw that.
Right.
But this is more like we just want to stack bodies to view the fight.
Yeah, Coliseum style.
Yeah, exactly. So you can find a
There's
spot.
a prop.
You can find a spot on the second floor. There's one table left, like on the edge of the balcony, so you can look immediately down. You can see a good other than the part of the common room that's directly underneath you. You can see most of it, and you get a pretty good view of the fight as it continues on. One of the fighters clocks the dude in the mouth, and the guy who got hit in the mouth grabs that dude around the neck and just knees him in the gut as they both kind of fucking collapse over. At this point in time, barely able to stand, but still just like punching and slugging each other with his weak ass hits.
So Nixie is going to gather around Boom Boom and Grimmage, and she's going to be like,
Do you think there's a prize if you win the fight?
As you say that,
Is it a crown?
one of the barmaids or servers comes up, excuse me, and hears you say that. Oh, well, there certainly is. I mean, you'd have to beat the champion, but there's a pretty little purse.
Is it a
for you.
crown?
No,
I want a crown.
money involved, and you get a title. But otherwise, you don't get a
A lot of
crown.
magic in the fight?
No.
I don't think so.
Nixie's
Bare fist only. No weapons, no magics.
Perhaps we could get a sacrifice to the Dusk Mother this way.
she's like egging on Grimmage.
Well,
Oh, what is the prize? Is it shiny? Would it be sufficient for my Lady Dusk?
Well, you'd have to talk to Bowden exactly what the pot is up to. Dialer's quite a handy one to have in the fight down there, but I don't know, maybe somebody will beat him one day. He's been champion for a good long while, though.
Did you hear that? There is a pot up for grabs. It could be a shiny pot.
You could put the pot on your head, it'll be a crown.
I would never do that. It's not a crown for me. It's an offering to the Dusk Mother.
There's also a title. Do you get the title to the Dust Mother?
the title is a verbal thing, not a physical object.
The title, you're the champion of the forge. Nothing
I
fancy.
think Zizzle should fight in one-on-one combat.
No, thank you.
You could easily defeat those two. Look, the champions are on the ground.
Oh,
That's without magic. I'm not much of a scrapper.
Still standing over you, waiting for a drink order. The server laughs at you. Oh, them's aren't the champions, lad. They're just two guys having a row.
I see.
Some champions over there by the bar.
Perception check.
Is it a big dude?
He's down there talking to Bowden. Give me that perception check if you would.
I roll 1 too.
You certainly can.
Boom Boom is looking at the drink menu, has it upside down.
24 and 18.
Both of you do see where she's pointing. You see, he's kind of this. Damn it! No, what are you doing? All right, go. Human, probably close 6 feet tall. Kind of this like tousled blonde hair, sharp features. Not really muscular, more like lithe and very dexterously built. he seems like as he's sitting there drinking, you can, with your 24, you can see that his eyes are constantly like looking through the crowd and seem to be sizing everyone up.
Nixie's
Looks
gonna lean
and
over.
sees a kitten, a girl, and a fairy. Just,
We're mad dogging him too.
yeah, I've got glowing silver eyes. They're
Just
just
just a
so
bird and a
looking at
cat
me.
perched on the edge, just staring down.
It's just a bunch of children looking at somebody, like
Yeah.
just being
You-
children being rude about it. Just
you see him talking to this hulking figure behind the bar, kind of hunched shoulders, but he's just got that big, like, thick neck. He looks like he's probably a Goliath from this distance. Just arms like probably as big around as your thigh. Just monster of a man. And behind the bar, you see a very large, what looks almost like a blacksmith's hammer, but bigger, that's just like mounted above the bar.
Nixie's gonna lean over and be like,
I think you can take him.
Right. Well, the big one's obviously Bowden.
But the champion, well, he's tall. He doesn't really have a whole lot else going. He kind of
I
not
know.
as yeah.
It's only got 6 feet of reach on. It's fine.
I just picture him like putting his hand on his head and just keeping him at a distance.
No.
Disrespect.
Yeah, maybe while I'm a small boy.
Can I get you anything to drink while we're at it?
Oh, yes. Icelander's gonna need a whiskey. I think I'm gonna need a whiskey. Those two get water. And
I
then
don't know
we'll
if it's
also
a
get
good
water.
idea for me to be drunk.
I don't think Boom Boom should drink anything flammable, but hey,
Yeah.
get her a
No, no.
whiskey.
I was thinking she's only allowed to have water.
Yes, Zizzle ordered all 3 of them waters.
Can I
We
get
don't
a
even
help,
know.
please?
I have never had a whiskey. I shall have one as well.
All right. So,
Can I get something flammable?
No,
Like on fire?
no.
Milk.
so one
Milk,
milk,
yes, a milk for Nixie.
3 whiskeys, and for you, little lass.
So is there anything that like it burns really hot when it goes down?
Don't give her that.
Fireball.
Goldschlager.
Did you just say Goldschlager? How dare you?
Yes, I did.
Yuck. Yuck.
I think
Bougie shit.
I'll take a steel reserve.
Yeah,
Oh.
211, the black label.
All right. Well, I'll be back with some drinks. We ain't got much in the kitchen yet. They're still working on food, but I believe cook's coming up with something. They got some fish in today, fresh out the sea.
Are they
That's
blue?
what he comes up with.
Oh,
Upon hearing not food wasn't ready, Nixie's ears would drop down, and then when you said fish, they'd perk right back up.
I believe they got some fire carp in today. But we'll see.
We would like
Would
to
you
start off with a blooming onion for the table.
Well, like I said, food's not ready yet. Be patient, but I can get you the drinks. And she'll disappear. Comes back a little while later. 3 whiskeys, 1 milk, and probably the nastiest moonshine you've ever had. Just like borderline illegal. Just nasty.
Who moves from the Feywild? All this material plane shit. It's different for her.
That's gonna hit like gasoline, man.
It really is.
Yep.
Grimlich just throws the whole glass into his mouth.
Oh, that's not
Grimlich, you
how
got to
you
stop
shoot a
using
drink,
physical objects.
little one. You're
Why would
supposed
you
to
shoot a drink?
drink the drink and put the cup back on the table so I can fucking take it back to the bar.
Oh, I apologize. And he reaches his hand into his mouth and pulls out the glass with the whiskey still in it.
Drink the whiskey. Drink just the whiskey.
Just a little bit. Just like this.
Yeah, you're drinking whiskey and you all weigh like 20 pounds.
Yeah.
And I have a beak, so I'm
Yeah,
just
you don't have lips.
Just open the mouth and like,
yeah,
like baby
yeah,
bird
just
feeding, just.
and then it disappears.
Um,
Delicious.
Well, let me know if you need anything else. I'll make my rounds and.
Do have
You-
one question before you leave.
Oh yeah.
A couple nights ago, a couple blocks from here, somebody got attacked. Do you know anything about that by chance?
Hmm.
I know they say that Bowden keeps a pretty tight ship here. Doesn't like fighting in the building that's not in the ring.
Hmm.
I was just curious if anybody had heard anything.
Any fighting that happens outside this building, the boys out front are certainly put them down. But anything beyond a block away from here, uh, it's hard to say. But you say a couple of nights ago, that would have been Reggie's dumbass. He's picking fights with people all night, and from what I heard, he'd been picking pockets as well. So can't say that I'm really bummed about him getting his ass kicked. But
That kind of makes sense.
had a few
Any
people
other
around the way that had said that they got attacked, and then their attackers got attacked by some dark figure. But mostly just rumors about somebody prowling the night and beating up those who don't follow the law.
That's oh, there actually is a vigilante one. I did not think that was a thing. Okay, I was just curious. We had heard about it, and I was. But anybody he took or whose pockets he picked here tonight?
Mhm. I can't say for sure. I mean, it's busy in here most nights, and I don't know
This is
because
fair.
I couldn't tell you if he picked everyone's pocket who complains about getting their pockets picked, or if it was just a few. So yeah, none of the people who complain about their pockets picked would really go to that much trouble for a few coin. They're drunk sailors. They'll fight in a bar, but once they get out on the street, they generally pass out somewhere.
This is fair. Okay.
Um,
Thank you for your time.
your friends interested in fighting? They seem to be staring down there pretty seriously at something.
They might want to. Kind of an odd group, not going to lie.
Well, like I
That's
said,
coming from me.
you're yeah, anyone who wants a challenge, you just go up to anyone's free game in the bar, but they are willing to decline. If you go up to somebody and say, "I want to fight you," then they'll fight you if they want to. It's all by choice. It's pretty simple. Rules are easy. Submission or unconsciousness. Ain't nobody dying in this place tonight or any night. Am I clear?
That is
Good. Glad
You
to
might
hear
have
you.
to define death to these ones.
Death is not living. Unconscious is still
So,
living. And
so
no,
Sleepy's is living.
I am very familiar with what death is.
all
Trust
right.
me.
Well, like I
Boom
said,
Boom will point at all the passed out drunk people in the bar area, and she goes, "Oh, so they're all losers."
um
not all of them lost in a fight. Some of them just drink themselves to unconsciousness. Um, that that that
Losing isn't that
that
losing the fight to the alcohol?
I I guess you're right, little lady. Um, but uh,
They were defeated by their
any
demons.
the only exception to that rule is staff. You cannot fight staff. Staff is exempt from the rule of fighting. Bowden... Bowden might fight, but since Dyler kicked his ass, he ain't fighting no more.
The big man over there.
Hey, that's Bowden
That
behind
is
bar.
Bowden.
Hey. And Dyler's the fluffy-haired man down there with the blonde.
I
Look
knew
at-
it.
Looking like king shit down there as he drinks his drink. And you see him down there, he's just like drinking and smoking a cigarette.
That's the title, King Shit.
That's not his title, he's just a hero.
Let's
Excuse me.
relate it.
The
Just let's
champion of
wrap
the
it.
Forge. He just thinks he's king shit because he beat Bowden.
I don't. That seems lucky. Bowden looks like a very large man.
Bowden? I don't know how he did it. Bowden usually win most fights, but he wanted to fight Dyler just for the sake of fun, and it didn't turn out the way he thought.
Well, interesting. So,
Alright.
this is going to look across the table at the three. You want to go fight somebody?
Oh,
Pleasure.
I forgot to mention. I forgot to mention, and you were talking about the pot. It is not a pot. It is gold pieces, and it is 500 gold if anyone can beat Dyler.
That is a substantial amount for the Dust Mother.
Yeah. Well, he's been
Do
champion
they
for
have
a
to
while.
pay to fight?
Oh no.
Nixie will look over at Grimlich and be like, I'll sign up if you sign up.
The champion's pot is there because Bowden, every night the champion goes undefeated. Bowden puts in a little bit of coin from what he made on drinks. And Dyler's been champion for a while now.
Nixie, if you wish to join this competition, then I shall join with you.
Yeah, let's do it. Boom Boom's in.
Not
Boom,
you.
Can't use fire.
But that's
No
what
fire. No fire.
You have to use your fists.
It's a one-on-one fight, just so you know. No teaming up. One-on-one.
No magic. No fire.
No magic, no
But-
No, you
fire.
don't have magic. I got paws. You're
Those are
gonna
allowed.
catch these paws.
You have done it now, Zizzle. She has raised the paws. Defend yourself.
Well, she's not going to attack me.
She just gently puts her paw on your snout and just goes boop. Like you don't even feel it. It's like a feather.
You just get like the lizard eyes. It's just like blink once.
She looks incredibly proud of herself.
Grimlich gasped. He's like, the first strike has been struck.
How will Zizzle retaliate?
Oh. Everybody stand back.
it has to be in the ring. It has to be in the ring.
Zizzle just gravity and crushes her.
I think you
No,
just picked me up.
We're on the second story. It would just be like a push. But no, Zizzle does not respond to race. He was told the rules. There's no magic allowed in the bar.
What if I turn my magic spells into punch damage?
No.
Fireball fist.
Falcon
No.
punch.
No fire, boom boom.
It wouldn't be fire, not anymore. It'd be punch.
Listen, if they could have Kai Blast in the Dragon Ball Z tournament, surely we could have Fireball.
In this wooden bar full of highly flammable moonshine? No.
I'm telling you, it wouldn't be fire anymore. It'd be punch damage.
Yeah. Flaming
trust
punch
not-
damage.
I trust nothing in your style.
She just pulls her fist back. Fist makes contact. Kaboom!
Yep.
Boom Boom strategy was going to be to spend every sorcery point she could to transfer it all into force damage.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
No spells. They still no spells.
It's that classic moment where it's just like a huge dude versus like a smaller opponent, and the smaller one punches him in the stomach. It's just like, oh, crumples him.
Boom Boom
Nixie.
strategy was also thinking about being shocking grass, fly up in the air, shocking grass.
The boulder is conflicted about fighting a blind girl.
Yeah.
A blind little girl, right?
Yeah.
The boulder is no longer conflicted.
Nixie's objective is going to be to run around as fast as she can and make the other person dizzy.
Possibility.
So,
I'm
is
going to summon
anyone
the might of the Dust Mother.
going to fight?
Nixie.
I'll fight.
Nixie's fighting who?
Nixie will go up to the ring and be like,
So is this like a tournament?
She said you'll just have to go ask them.
Or is it just random people? Like, is
She-
like, do I have to work my way up to the big guy, or just like, how does this work?
You just want to go fight the champion?
yeah, basically how the bar or the server told you is you can walk up to anyone in the bar, challenge them to a fight, and if you win or if they agree to it, you fight. There's no like, it's all willing on their part. So you make the challenge, they accept the challenge. If they don't accept, you move on.
Nixie will go up to the ring and she'll be like,
Can I take winner?
The two dudes in the ring right now are both on the point of like near unconsciousness. One is slightly better than the other, but they're both just like they're beating
Okay,
each
she'll
other
turn
to the
around,
point of-
Like anyone else?
Nixie
like-
Hugging it out.
She's
walks
gonna
down to
look-
the bar area, right?
yeah.
Nixie will feel a tap on her shoulder. Then Boom Boom will cross her arms and she goes, "Let's fight."
Oh no.
Oh no.
Nixie will accept.
All right. All right.
I don't know
Well,
if they allow children here, but okay.
so
It is
as-
time.
So watch a sorcerer get their ass beat.
all right. So as you make the challenge, the table that like the tables and people that are immediately around you hear this challenge and they both are like, "Yay!" And then they turn around and look at you both like,
What?
what the fuck? So
Nixie's gonna look just so excited. And she has no intentions of actually hurting her. But she's just like,
If I pounce on her, I think I win.
alrighty then. So let's do this then. Bring y'all over here. I don't know why. Did the music stop or did it just
Yeah, it stopped a long time ago.
yep.
Well, sometimes mine just stops playing music even though the music continues going. All right. So now a little combat music. As let's get this kicked off with some just ridiculousness.
Creed.
I can't find a rhyming on my reason.
Nixie's just like, no, let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Wow.
Let the bodies hit the. And she's just like, floor!
I love
Oh, God. The chaos of these tiny people. I can't
right.
believe Zizzle is one of the voices of reason in this party.
it. All right. right. So
I hate you for making Zizzle a voice of reason, y'all.
let's bring you over.
I mean,
Sizzle's
technically,
first
you don't
action
have
was
to
to go,
be.
no, no.
It's just like, why? All right.
Uh,
Let me get this situated nicely. And if I could get... I guess I need to do some things on this side to get... You know, I honestly did not expect this fight, but what the hell? Roll initiative. Roll initiative.
I wonder if Alert will actually take a callback this time.
Sounds about right for this.
Nope.
I did not. You need to add your +5 manually.
You're out alert.
Yeah, I don't know
Should've.
why it doesn't work.
There should
Some
be a
stuff-
toggle for it.
Some stuff does, some stuff doesn't. I don't know why. Just like, with one of mine, I get a bonus to initiative that's equal to wisdom, and it adds that for me.
So you guys having a roll off then?
No, she with the 5, she's a 12,
you've
right?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
at
you're right.
12. So regardless, Boom Boom gets to go first.
All
Nixie will be
right.
like, you can go first.
All
She like
right.
just gently says it.
Unpause, and boom, boom, you're up. Like I said, no magic, no weapons.
Boom Boom is like hovering in the air, arms crossed, trying to do like full like imposing stature, all of 2 feet. And she's going to run at Nixie, jump in the air, bring her fist back, land in a kneel, and scream, "Fairy punch!" Get her.
Can we get this revealed for us? I can only see black.
Oh, because
Oh, I can see it.
Does a 13 at you?
It does not.
You see like a flaming hawk. It's not real magic. It just looks like a flaming hawk, and just poof.
here,
Nixie
I'm gonna-
goes, "Oh, shit!"
That should go like right beside Nixie, and she's just gonna start like doing this.
That will be Boom Boom's turn.
all right.
uh,
Nixie, you're up.
Nixie, after kind of stroking her face against Boom Boom's missed punch, is going to look at Nixie or look at Boom Boom, and you know how like Cat's eyes dilate when she gets like like she's ready to go for it. She's gonna look at her and she's gonna try to pounce on Boom Boom. So I assume that's gonna be a grapple. So that's opposed athletics, right?
Yes.
Can I use acrobatics to escape?
You can go for it as you're
Yay!
dodge out of the way.
Nope.
All right, so Nixie, you successfully grapple Boom Boom, and you are holding their tiny little form. You do notice in this proximity, not hot enough to cause you damage, but still considerably warmer than you would expect to touch. It's like
So
if you touched a window on a hot summer day, it's kind of that like warm feeling of touching.
yeah. So she's gonna get like you're gonna be pinned down on the ground. And she's gonna be like,
Pinned you.
and then she's gonna flip around and be like, pinned you again.
No! No! Her hands are everywhere!
And then upon realizing that she's warm, she's just gonna sit down and she's like,
If it fits, it sits. If not for sits, then why is it made of form?
Is there anything else you would like to do on your part?
that is exclusively what Nixie is doing.
Okay. Boom Boom, you are up. You are currently pinned to the ground and sat upon by a cat.
Boom Boom is gonna like try her best to like twist around. She's gonna try to wrap around her arms. Her tiny little fairy arms are gonna wrap around Nixie's waist, and she's gonna try to fly them upwards.
Okay. Give me an athletics as you try and haul the two of you up off the ground.
That's
Hey.
a 16.
That's pretty good. So you fly up, and how high are you go? You got about half speed.
You know when in Naruto when Rock Lee grabs somebody and then flips them upside down and then goes with them back down?
Uh-huh.
Ultraplex.
Yeah. Boom Boom is trying that.
So are you essentially just flying up 25 feet and then stop flying and just plummet to the ground? Okay, then.
Meanwhile, Boom Boom's like, I got her! And Nixie's just like...
All right.
Nixie allowed to athletics her way into trying to land on her feet.
Acrobatics at disadvantage. Boom Boom, are you trying to avoid the damage, or are you just going head first?
Well, no, Boom Boom wouldn't try to avoid her own pain. So, yeah, if Nixie wants to break free, Nixie breaks free.
Okay, so Boom Boom is failing automatically. Nixie can try and make an acrobatics at disadvantage.
Oh.
9.
Join me!
No.
Join me!
Oh, all right. So
I don't wiggle free,
I
and we both hit our heads.
on 2d6. I rolled a 10. I rolled pretty good. So you both take 10 points of bludgeoning damage as you plummet to the ground head first.
Boom Boom didn't go, oh shit, I quit!
And I will say at that point in time, you do not have her grappled anymore. You probably at this point let go. And are you quitting?
Yeah, Boom Boom yells, oh shit, I quit!
Nixie, upon hearing this, will hop up, put both paws in the air, and be like,
I am winner! Yay!
and then look down and realize that you're still on the ground, and then reach out a paw to help you up.
Boom Boom will get helped up.
You get an odd smattering of claps of people in the crowd, but a lot of like really confused faces as you both this confrontation took about 10 seconds before one of you gave up.
Sounds
And then
about
once she's up in the air, Nixie's just gonna start bouncing up and down like feverishly, like she's just so proud of herself and is ready to take on anyone else that wants to.
I made an unarmed attack for every last one of Captain Falcon's moves and used one of them.
All right. So you, as the crowd is somewhat disappointed by the fight, you have a few drunk people who are just like clapping for the sake of making noise. As the fight concludes, what are the rest of you doing as you watch this very brief confrontation?
See, Zizzle wasn't watching. As soon as people get up from the table, he looks at Lysander. It's like, just strike me if something important happens. And his eyes go white as he sends Whisper out to one case, the joint that we're in, looking for anybody who's like obviously shifty looking, which is nothing to say in this bar, or and actually send her out to, if he can reach it from here, the place that that guy was attacked, to try and look for any clues through Whisper.
Okay. Give me perception check for that. What is
Whisper?
Whisper is my dragonfly familiar.
Just imagine Boom Boom's like walking back, sees a fire dragonfly's like, ew!
Zizzle will kill
You
you.
would die.
Yeah.
Zizzle will go to war for that thing.
Love that so much.
Because Zizzle nearly lost his mind when I killed Whisper at the fight against the Harpies. Like, lost his shit.
Yeah, Zizzle was ready to tear down a building.
Alright.
If
You weren't given too many clear directions on how to find where this guy... You were told it was a couple of blocks from here. So you kind of buzz through the street. It takes a good while as you're doing this, but as it'd probably take you the better portion of like a half hour to search through all the streets until you find one area where you see some definitive blood stains on a wall that looks like somebody got punched in the mouth and it's splattered on the wall. Other than that, you don't really see. There's not a lot to see here. You see some scuffles in the sand, the dirt on the street, on this alley, and the blood stain. Go ahead and give me an investigation check to look a little deeper.
Do I? I don't think Whisper has that skill.
It's intelligence.
Oh. What? Yeah, she's not going to do great on this one. She has a -4 modifier.
Good.
But the yeah, I got 4 total.
It's hard to really see through the eyes and get a really clear picture of what happened. But you did find the place.
Yeah, so that was kind of his main goal. The other question I would have had in this is how far is this attack site from that building that was on fire? I'm trying to figure out if those happened around the same time or not.
You're looking. Well, no, this building that you found was not the building that got vandalized the night before. That building was up on the north by the promenade.
I gotcha. Okay.
So you did find it. Other than that, really not much to be gleaned through the eyes of a dragonfly.
Okay. And then as it gets dark, Zizzle would kind of stay with Whisper's sight, just kind of keep an eye on the area, looking for either a dark-clad figure waiting to pounce on people or somebody setting fire to buildings.
Okay.
He would just kind of stay in that throughout the night.
Okay. Sounds good. Go. All right. Is Grimlich doing anything? 'Cause you said you wanted to fight as well.
Oh yeah, Nixie would walk off the side and then do like a high five tag off to Grimmage and be like,
Your tag, you're it. Your turn.
Alright. Who should I fight? You there! And then I will point towards the blonde dude.
All
I
right.
forgot his name. Dyler. You, with the blonde hair. I challenge you to a duel.
As you say this and he looks down at you, he kind of smiles and laughs and takes a shot. Sounds like a fantastic plan. I'm ready when you are. Give us a second. And then as he takes off the jacket, you can see that his arms are of solid muscle, but they're very lean muscle.
And the way your hand motions there made me think you're going to describe Popeye. He's just got massive forearms.
This.
He slams a can of spinach. Run.
Sir, I do not believe you should be fighting. You should be seeking medical attention. It looks like you have massive tumors on your forearms.
So as you kind of step down into the ring, you hear this booming voice echoing over the entire clamor of the bar. All right, everyone. It seems like we have a would-be champion. As Dyler takes on another opponent. Good luck, everyone. But Dyler Tierden hasn't been defeated in a while. You're gonna need it. All right. Let me get him in the ring. Don't think
I hope switching my reactive photo doesn't fuck shit up, but I'm about to click it. There's a mad delay on my side over here.
Yeah, I don't have a cool picture for him. Just basically the D&D Beyond image. I don't think that reactor will fuck up.
No, it didn't.
Oh,
As he
shit.
steps into the ring, I'm going to swell up into my shadow form and go into a rage.
All right. Roll initiative.
Oh.
Ah. Man, almost a 19.
Yeah.
All right. So he is going to go first. As you step into the ring and he hops down in there with you, as you swell up, those shadows kind of coalescing and swirling around you. That ain't fucking right. That did not calculate that right at all. D&D Beyond is fucking up, because it should be more than that. Fuck it. Hold on, sorry. I need to change this because it's wrong. Alright, so he is going to rush forward. And as he does, he is going to make a series of attacks at you. Come on. There we go. First attack. 24 to hit you.
Sure does.
All right. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw as he comes in and tries to kick your feet out from underneath you at 8 points of damage, reduced to 4.
13 for Dex.
Just managed to pass. Second attack. That is a 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Six damage. And final attack. As he comes, like after he tried to sweep your legs, he immediately ducks low and just tries to take 2 shots in at your stomach. But the second one is a 10, and I'm pretty sure that doesn't hit.
No, sir.
All right. And as he kind of comes in and punches you a couple of times, he looks at you. I want you to hit me as hard as you can. Let's see what you got, little man. And it is your turn. Oh, I guess we should do this.
As he finishes swelling up, takes those couple of hits. Now just shadow emitting off him like tendrils. He's just gonna ball up his fist and it's gonna grow, like it's gonna just expand, and he's just gonna fling it at him Battletoad style. I'm gonna reckless attack this.
Get him.
Wow, that's a callback.
I do have a question.
What's up?
This guy wouldn't have shit his pants when he saw this little tiny thing turn into this monstrosity.
No. 25
to hit.
Will certainly hit.
Okay, that is what it's just like what my strength plus. It doesn't have it on here. Hold on, let me check out my D&D Beyond. It'll tell me what my damage is.
5 points of damage. Oh, plus proficiency.
Yeah.
So
just,
strength. That'd be 8 points of damage.
And yeah, and
'Cause
then
it's
plus
1
2
plus
for my
7.
rage.
So 9 points of damage to him. Oh, come on. Open. He sort of laughs as you hit him, seeming excited by this new challenge you bring. Anything else on your turn?
Yeah, another attack.
Okay, go for it.
Attack number 2, my lord.
Uh, 17 to hit.
That hits, plus another 9 points of damage. Oh, no. That's not the
That
right
number
button.
was much
42.
higher.
That was
And he's
not
dead.
That was not the right button. There we
Grim
go.
Grim just exploded that guy. Boom boom shouts.
All right.
Your move next.
He flies across the bar, full on anime style.
that was
Busts into
definitely
the wall behind him.
way more damage than I was hoping.
We got a full
So,
DBZ scene there.
yeah, punched him through the planet. All right.
Range shift.
That's it then.
Yep.
All right. He is going to return with a few attacks of his own. First one,
You will have disadvantage on the first one.
he will have advantage on the first one and disadvantage because.
It'll cancel out.
Yep. That's a 22 to hit.
That'll hit.
That is 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
All right. Second attack.
These ones will be at advantage.
Yes.
That'll hit.
All right. Wow. Rolling the same damn thing for damage. 8 points. Half to 4. 15, I'm assuming, will not hit, though.
Not hit.
All right, and as this flurry of attacks comes at you, you watch as on that last hit that misses you, he kind of sweeps a hand across the front of his chest to bring it back up towards you, and you see as some of the blood that was on him goes away. Like all the bloodied marks seem to vanish.
Seems like magic.
Not magic. You grew and are fucking sprouting shadows. So I mean,
He didn't got cheats there.
That's just who I am.
Your rage is significantly more visible than other people's. But
Alright.
that is his turn.
Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Second verse, same as the first. Reckless attack, smashing down. $26.
Will hit.
And then the second attack.
A
20.
dirty 20 will hit. I had that wrong before. My brain just stopped working. God damn it.
Every hit.
Yeah,
Destroying
that's
it.
not
Uh,
right. Yes, it is.
Boom Boom's gonna hop up on the railing and she's gonna be yelling, "Get him, Grim! Get him! Put him in a body bag! You get him! You kill him!"
All right. Coming back at you. I need those dexterity saving throws. If it's first attack every turn with your rage, or is it?
If you start within my tendrils,
Okay.
your first attack is at disadvantage.
Okay. Dex. Well, let's see if it hits. 23 certainly hits.
Yep. And he's going to dex.
Dex, please. Yes. 10 points of damage.
Okay, I'm going to take that damage.
You are as
Would danger sense
this
matter
would.
here?
This is him attacking you and trying to basically sweep a leg out from underneath you with a bunch, like, as he comes in with quick hands, he tries to kick your feet out from underneath you. This would definitely be something you could see. So, yes.
Okay. I'll roll again. Yep. I got a 5.
You are prone.
All right.
All right. And with that, you get some extra stuff. All right. You are prone, so he is going to go. Gets a little extra damage with that. All right. If I hit, that is. 19 to hit.
Yep.
D6. Just remember to do this shit. It's garbage. 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And for the final attack, advantage, I need you to make a strength saving throw also. All right, you pass. Where did my little thing go? Where's the damage? As he basically, as you're down on the ground, he's trying to punch you so hard he moves you. But he is not able to do that. You could do better damage rolls when you weren't prone. And with that, he is going to dive backwards and roll up to his feet as he moves away. Boop. And then sort of readies himself and stands there.
As he rolls away and tucks away, the shadow from my prone form forms and stretches out and goes right behind him as I use creeping, what is it? Creeping shadow or something like that? Creeping fog. And I burst into raw shadow and I appear right behind him standing up. And I just come down on him double fisted.
All right.
You will not get away. That is a.
Hey, dokie.
And I'm definitely going to do this at advantage.
All right.
25 to hit.
That'll hit.
And then second attack. And then a 18 to hit.
That will also hit.
Just 2 fists.
My brain stopped working. There we
my
go.
hits do. They concussion, motherfucker.
All right. Anything else?
That is it.
Alright, I need to see if that ability comes back. That's a 5. It does. Alright. So, he's going to whirl around, and as he kind of turns towards you, strikes out at you with a kick. What am I doing, brain? Not working. Dex. Well, let's see if it hits first. 13's not going to hit.
It's not. He spins around with a kick, and Grimlich just blocks it.
You're so short.
Throws up a shadow.
You said taller.
Not right now, I'm not.
Well, I guess you're not, yeah.
I'm like Venom right now.
Oh, shit. 16.
Misses.
All right. Was that one? Yes, it was. Wow, he's not doing too hot. Yeah. My rolls are coming back. That's a natural 20, though.
There it is.
I need you to make that dexterity saving throw, please. Mm.
19.
You are good. As he whirls around, the first spin kick flying over your head. The second, he kind of jumps up a bit and tries to kick down at you, but unable to hit you there, he kind of comes from below and just uppercuts you. For...
Whoopsie!
Yep. I know, you're not prone, so he doesn't get the extra 2d6 or d6. 16 points of bludgeoning damage. And then with that, you watch him bring his hands across some of the wounds that you've given him, and the wounds close. Oh, nice. Now I have to do math in my head. Oh, good. Here we go. But that is his turn.
Okay. How's he looking?
He was bloodied for a minute, but then as he sort of goes to use that whatever ability he has, he's a little bit better.
Okay. Well, it's either submission or unconsciousness, so
Correct.
I'm just gonna...
Give up? Okay. I'm happy with that.
Nope, I'm gonna kick your guy's ass. And I'm just gonna keep swinging.
Boom Boom is screaming from the rafters. Kill him! Kill him, Dad!
16 to hit.
Just hits.
And then a natural 20.
Oof. Yeah, that'll hit too. Okay, so hold on. Come on, open. So first one is 8, 9. Okay. Ouch. Yeah, that hurts a lot.
So Grimlich takes this uppercut from him, and as he's like kind of flying backwards, he catches him with a kick right in his jaw, and then like flashes into shadow, reconstitutes into a Superman punch just right down into this guy's face.
Ow. That hurts a lot. Oh, gee. Real good on that at least. So, yeah, he's gonna come as you kind of do the Superman punch at him. He takes the hit in the face, staggers backwards, very bloodied at this point in time, but quickly kind of dodges from one side to the other and then tries to come around and hit you in the side of the head. Dexterity save, if you please.
19.
Success. All right. 4 points of damage. God. With advantage, that's a 13. As he
Like, stop his fist right in my hand.
hits you in the side of the head and then tries to come around with another one of those uppercuts as you block it down out of your face. Last attack. Oh my god.
Nope.
Grab
Just
ledge!
roar in his
Grab
face,
ledge!
and you just sees the silver, like, end of the tunnel light from my mouth.
Alright. It gets a little as he hits you once and misses twice, you see him bloodied, and even despite the fact that throughout this he has had the biggest, like, ridiculous smile on his face, even despite the fact you are beating the shit out of him. But one more time, he moves his hands, and you watch as some of the wounds that he's taken have closed. It's not a very good roll. My brain just doesn't work right now. It is your turn. And I have a feeling that this is going to end poorly for me.
I'm going to keep smashing. You only prolong your suffering. But that's a 14, so that misses. So who knows? Just
Hold on. Hold on.
that.
Hold your horses, because you missed. As you miss, he manages to block the hit out of his face and is going to come back at you with an attack, counterattack.
Okay.
And I need you to make a... Oh my god, my brain. Advantage. A Constitution saving throw, if you would. As an 18 does hit.
I do have to ask, does this count as a new round for that swing?
A new
Because
turn.
wouldn't he get disadvantage?
He would have.
Point of order, good sir.
Point of order, good call.
Well, if you just used the dice that you rolled, you would have rolled a 9 the first time.
Yeah. 9. Get him.
Okay, yeah. So that would have missed then. Then you don't have to make a Constitution saving. Good call, Chug. He said, my brain
Thanks. Thanks, Boo Boo.
I mean, you have to make...
Wait!
If a barbarian fails a Constitution saving throw, there's a problem.
I mean, I'm rolling digitally. It doesn't always like me.
Okay.
But my second attack hits him. It was a 17.
Yes.
The smash.
Alright. Still standing.
Alright, well, it's his turn.
Alright, hold on. My brain took away everything. He just got... okay. But that was his first attack this round. So guess what that means? No more disadvantage. It's okay, I'm rolling like dog shit.
Well,
so.
no, now it's his next turn.
Yeah, but why would I have
Because
disadvantage on the last one?
Because, because he was using a reaction, right? That counts as a turn.
No, the same turn.
Like if
So
it
the
counts as if Nixie were to be in combat with somebody and use a reaction after she had already stroked somebody, she would technically get her sneak attack damage.
Well, then does a
or
20?
she could possibly.
Then does a 23 hit you?
Sure does.
Okay then. Dexterity saving throw, please.
All right.
No, I didn't roll for the... I am.
They roll dammies.
That's the only thing keeping 13 just passes. That fucking this little healing ability is keeping his ass alive because I keep rolling real good on the recharge. Roll like shit on the actual healing, but all right. That is 11 points of bludgeoning damage to you. Second attack. God damn it. 17 to hit.
Just hit.
No, not a critical hit. Minimum damage with 4. But let's see if I can roll better. That's the best I can roll.
Is he trying to do the healing thing again?
Yes. It's a recharge thing, and it's the only fucking thing I'm rolling good on is the actual getting it back. And this one roll of healing, I actually got 2 6s, so.
But does it count as a spell
It's
for
not
the
a spell.
purpose of somebody counterspelling it?
It is not a spell.
That'd be
It is an
hilarious.
ability.
Boom Boom goes, no!
But that is his turn. Action, bonus action.
All right.
Barbarians and bare knuckle boxing are hard to deal with.
Yep.
You gotta do so much damage.
Missed on the first one.
Counterattack.
All right.
Constitution save. Well, hold on. Let's see. 30-20.
That'll hit.
Con save. That'll do it.
30-20.
You take 7, reduced to 3. And then your second attack
Second attack is a 24.
does hit.
And that's it.
Brain. No, wrong number. You're going the wrong way with that. All right. Coming back at you as he tries to strike out again and again, just repeatedly, just trying to bash your head in with his fists. 17 to hit. Dexterity
That's
saving
it.
throw, please.
Get him, Grim. Get him.
14.
Nixie starts
Passes,
cheering along.
and a 4 on the damage. All right, second attack. Come on.
This guy's just gonna beat me out of attrition because he keeps healing like a punk ass bitch.
Oh, speaking of
20
which.
hits.
Oh, fuck. Yeah, well, you might win now. Hey, he's got abilities. Those abilities kept his ass.
Cheetah!
Cheater.
Okay, cheater.
Cheetah!
You are billowing black smoke and teleporting all over here. He's not saying shit about that. He's
Teleported
Boom
using...
Boom doesn't see anything
Guy's
wrong.
healed This guy's healed every round.
No, he hasn't.
I've teleported one time.
He didn't heal
How
for
dare he?
2 rounds.
I'm gonna spend an action to eat 6 loaves of bread to heal up.
So that was attack number 2. Coming in with attack number 3. That's
That'll hit.
21 to hit. Why does it keep going so high? Oh my god, minimum damage. 4 points of damage.
Okay.
Boop. All right.
Go ahead and heal.
Nope, we did not get the recharge back. But you watch as he backs up again. But this time, as he moves, it's almost like his body splits, leaving an illusory version of himself in front, and he dives backwards. And as
Meaning
he
I can't take opportunity attack on him?
correct, and as he gets there, down at this spot at the very bottom of the arena, you see him standing in a defensive posture. So, waiting for you to attack.
Hands on the ground, extended, like outreach, and just like a rip at the whatever the material of the ground is, and just thrust myself forward. Mouth agape. Ah! Shadows going out. Here we go. Reckless attack. Which I imagine balances out because he's in
Yes.
patient defense.
Yes. So not patient defense as such, but a similar ability.
16
Still
to
hits.
hit you on the first one. And even more to hit on the second one.
Well, as you burst forward this swirling mass of shadows and lunge towards him, with your first strike, you watch him try to deflect it, but you manage to bypass those defenses that he has and just clock him straight in the face. And you watch as he sort of recoils a little bit. And with the second strike, how do you want to do this?
As the first strike impacts him and he kind of staggers backwards, I think Grimlich is just going to lean back and like put all his shadow into his head and just grow like this gigantic crow head, like the fucking things from Elden Ring, the big crows, and just smashes down headbutt style.
So as you crush into his head with yours, his knees buckle and he crumples to the ground. The whole inn, or the whole tavern right now, is silent for just a few moments. And then the entire crowd just cheers loudly as you are now the champion of the Forge. Dyler Tierden defeated at your feet.
Boom Boom
Yes.
flies right at Grimlich and tackles him.
Nixie will hop over the railing and do the same thing.
Yeah, as everybody cheers, he just shrinks back to his like normal self. He's just blinking. Oh. I did it.
Boom boom. Let's lift him up.
Boom Boom will get under and push.
We're gonna try to do like the shoulder like trigger thing.
Incredibly dense.
Boom Boom and Nixie, go ahead and give me athletics checks as you attempt to
Easy.
hoist Grimlich up for a
That's a
victory
10.
lap.
That's 10.
2 10s make it 20.
Unfortunately, that's not how it works, but
Okay, we're perfectly average.
you run down there and try and like bear hug him to congratulate him. You attempt to hoist him up, and just can I get both of you to roll me a d20, and who gets the higher of the two, since you both rolled a 10?
That's 7.
It's 6.
No way.
So, as you both go to hoist Grimlich up, sort of teetering a bit, he collapses down on top of you, Nixie, as neither of you were strong enough to really hoist him up in the air. But you
Nixie,
eventually
you gotta lift your groin and back.
untangle yourself from each other, and you are greeted at the stairs out of the arena by Bowden standing there with kind of a stunned look on his face. But still, he kind of manages to smile, and from a pouch at his side, he pulls out a rather hefty sack and a coin pouch and hands it to you.
Oh,
It's a pretty
you're
good
too
fight
kind.
there. Well, that's the champion spot. Hopefully, you're able to hold on to that championship for a while. We makes lots of money with the champion fights.
I imagine if I do not fight ever again, I remain champion. So
Oh,
perhaps I will.
If you stay out for long enough, I'll hold a tourney and see who's the new champion. Because we can't go without champion fights. What's the good in that, having a champion, if nobody can fight him?
This is true.
So, you got a month. You don't show up for a fight, and during the month, we'll hold a tourney and see who the new champion is. I can wager a guess as to who it might be without you here to beat his head in. Dyler's always happy to fight.
I imagine so. He has a strange ability that seems to be not considered magic, but his wounds healed, almost as if by magic.
You yourself seem to have a weird, smoky, misty, foggy thing. I haven't seen the like of it before, but
I am from the Shadowfell, sir. That is how we all are.
Yeah, that's
just a medical
racist.
condition.
it ain't nothing about race, nothing about that. It certainly doesn't look exactly not magic, but it doesn't appear to be a spell either. So I don't know how I managed to slip into Kuta's voice here, but hey. That actually
All
hurts.
Goliaths sound the same.
You sound familiar.
Hmm.
Do I know you?
I can't say that I've met you before, and I've never been to Shadowfell. But that was quite a fight. Hold on. And he goes over and like slaps Dyler in the face, who very slowly returns to consciousness. Well, I'd have to say that was a pretty good fight. What's your name, little one?
My name is Grimlet Brittlebeak.
Well, Dyler Dearden, nice to meet you. I can't say I've seen your like before, nor anyone who fights like you. It's certainly lots of
Tyler
fun.
Dearden.
Dyler Dearden.
This is high five to you, Sylvan, for that. Tyler Dearden, Fight Club. Fucking amazing.
Dyler Dearden. I don't know what
I
you're
got it.
talking about.
This is legally distinct.
Anyone resembling another fictional character is completely coincidence. But anyway, I'd like to buy you a drink, because that was a good fight. And I haven't had a fight like that for a while.
I will take a drink. I am still getting used to it. I've been told I should not shoot at the glass.
That's pretty much how you do it. You don't eat the glass, you just drink the liquid in it and let it burn on the way down.
I felt nothing.
So he kind of slowly staggers to his feet and makes his way out of the arena and up to the bar, and he sits in his usual spot at the end of the bar and kind of watches everyone, even with one eye almost completely swollen shut and his face a bloody mess. You see him still looking through the crowd like he's just eyeing everyone in there.
Boom Boom will approach and go, excuse me, you're sitting in the champion's seat. Move one over. Go
Yes,
wait
sir.
for Grimlich to get up.
This ain't the champion seat. This is where champion can sit wherever the hell he wants. This is just where I usually sit. Champion or no. Sat here before I was champion. Sat here after I'm champion. So, what brings you all to the Isle of Waves anyway? Don't look like you're
We are
from this
looking
area.
for somebody hitting people with elbows.
I mean,
Something about a blue fish.
as you say that, you certainly got hit with a few elbows in the fight.
And with that, he would Lysander would ask if he has permission to magically heal his companions.
Oh, you're welcome to heal anyone as long as they're not in the ring. Once they're in the ring, that's when there's no magic. But you're welcome to do whatever you can.
Okay, just for the sake of
Yeah,
doing
my head has big time ouchies.
And then she'll
I think
glare
he'll
at
be
Boom
okay
Boom.
with just some ice.
Puppy. Hello, puppy.
But I was gonna
It's a
twin
dog.
soak your wounds for Boom Boom and Grimlich.
That's right. So you say you're looking for people who've been hitting folks with their elbows. I certainly do that every once in a while in the ring. That's oddly non-specific of a thing to bring you to the Isle of Waves, though.
Well, it seems this person is a vigilante. He comes from the shadows and fights those who do wrong.
Oh, why didn't you say so earlier? That was me. Ain't no goddamn vigilante. Some dumbasses on the street tried to pick me pockets, so most of the time I just beat their head in. Or every once in a while I see somebody stealing something from someone else, and beat their head in too. It's not like it's very polite of them to start stealing from people. And if they didn't like stealing from people, they probably didn't like getting hit in the head either. But hey, you don't steal, you don't get hit in the head. That's how I see it.
Right. We are the neighborhood watch. We are looking for violent criminals and what's the word? What does it
Miscreants.
mean? Miscreants. What does it mean to deface one's property? Vandalism.
That's definitely out of my league of things that I do. Like I said, I usually just beat folk who are trying to steal from me or other people, or just because I was really drunk and they looked at me funny, or hit me in the head with a board. Those people are so fucking annoying, walking through the streets like they goddamn own them. All their carts and
agree.
carriages and fucking wagons with shit sticking out. They should not be like that.
Pure safety.
Yes, exactly. They shouldn't have boards sticking all out the sides. They should stick out the back like any normal person would stick them. Hitting people in the heads with boards? What kind of prick is that?
Exactly. How much gold is in this pouch, BT
Five.
Dubs?
About 500.
500?
Mm-hmm. Pretty
I'm
fat.
tempted to eat all of it.
Pretty fat stack of
Mm.
coins. I will say
It is.
it's a lot. You're welcome to try. I don't know. You are the champion. It is your pot to do with as you see fit, but I don't know if anyone would stop you. Dialer would certainly look fucking weird if you did, but
Nah, I'm
not
gonna hold
gonna.
on to my 500 gold.
Boom Boom will go, no, eat it. You should. You earned it. For the Dusk Mother.
I do agree that I should, but I will offer her up my praise tonight when I settle. But this may aid me in my hunt for the hags that I seek.
Hmm. But you're talking about violent vandals and whatnot. I, like I said, I didn't do nothing like that, but I've seen some shady types. I like to wander the streets at night, and sometimes I'm just walking home when I get robbed. Sometimes I act drunker than I think I actually am, just to see who will fuck with me.
Sometimes I just get robbed. Just fine.
No, no, what he's saying is sometimes he acts drunk, so people try to rob him. Um,
Um,
there's, I've seen a few shady types. What you looking for specifically? I've been on this isle for a long time.
Have you seen any fire?
yes, people who like to burn down buildings. Pyromaniacs.
Oh,
Not my friend here. She just got here.
well,
She likes fire, but I haven't seen her kill anything with fire yet. Buildings can die, right?
I've killed a building or two.
oh, yeah.
Right.
I can't say I've seen fires, but I've definitely seen people smashing in windows up near the promenade and out
That'll do.
on the east side of the island, mostly.
See what they look like? Or where they went?
I see a couple of them. They were wearing what looked like raggedy clothes and didn't look like they didn't look like local bums and homeless folk here. It's more, I don't know. It's like they were wearing new clothes that they just didn't care about and they turned old and ragged.
Like someone you'd see in a cult?
That's oddly specific question, but I don't know. I've never knowingly met anyone in a cult, so I couldn't really tell you who or what somebody in a cult looks like. But if you've seen cultists and that's what they look like, I mean, that might be them. But on the northeast side of the island, across from the promenade, there was a funny looking group going in a building, small, looked like a little warehouse or some kind of thing like that. I couldn't tell you exactly what was in there because I only saw about 4 or 5 of them going in there a couple nights ago.
Nixie will ask him to draw like a crude map on a napkin.
Do you think you could write a little map for me? So I can see?
Oh, you could probably come up with something. I'm definitely not an artist, but I'll point you in the right direction. And on the city map, right about like directly east of the Promenade of Tides, almost all the way to the water.
And that's where are we at again?
You are, if you see the little thingy, you're probably around this general region of space.
We're at the quay.
Thank you, mister. I appreciate it.
Key. The fucking key, not a quay. But, oh, no problem, little one. You are just, and he like, can I give scratches?
Nixie will get actively excited and just put her head like out to wait for the head pets.
Like his hand is mangled and bloody, but he's just like, give a little scratch behind the ears. Well,
Tail's going.
I'll have to say that was an amazing fight again. I can't say, well, obviously I've been champion for a while, but I look forward to trying it, challenging you again, if the opportunity presents itself. If not, I'll wait for the tourney and then I'll take my championship back. Why not?
I apparently have a month to fight again.
Mm-hmm.
So
Oh,
you
I guess-
shall see me once more.
I guess I got some training to do though, because you hit pretty hard.
I am a fierceful and loyal servant to the Dust Mother. My strikes carry her conviction with each blow.
Well, I can definitely say you hit harder than most of the people who've tried to challenge me before. But I think I'm going to see if Bowden has a little bit of ice and have a few more drinks. So here's to you. And he raises a glass, not a shot glass of whiskey, but a very large cup of whiskey and just chugs it.
Oh, that poor man.
Yeah, Grimlich just it swallows the whole glass again.
No, that's not how you do it. You just take it and you drink it like this.
It's so much easier just to let go of the glass.
Good. So, I guess I can switch out of voices now. What's plan? You have a location. You got an ass
do.
whooping, but you also whoop some ass.
I could use more healing.
I could use a short
short-
rest.
A short rest, perhaps.
Well,
I
we're
mean-
supposed to get food here, right? So that would be
Oh.
a short
Oh, yes.
rest.
Is the food ready? Is my bloomin' onion ready?
Yeah.
Barwench.
I don't know what this blooming onion is, but I got some food. And she comes out, and on this plate, it looks like they've essentially deboned and gutted a fish, but then like basically took the fish, split it in half, took everything out the middle, and put it back together to grill it. And then it's sitting next to this plate of what looks like some kind of a rice dish with some vegetables next to it.
So
want
we
this?
divvy it up ourselves.
This is like an individual portion. It's a small fish. It looks like small, like very thin-bodied, flat fish. Well, I got portions for all of you, and you're welcome to seconds if you'd like. Champion eats for free, obviously, but the rest of you got to pay. It's a silver apiece.
Boom Boom will turn her head and look at Lysander.
Yeah. I suppose we do have to feed you.
It's 10 copper to 10 silver and 10 gold, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Nixie's gonna have to put that up.
Well, yeah, she'll bring you plates for everyone, refill drinks. And you got this is a bar or tavern. There is no rooms in this place. So you
What
would
time of
eventually-
night would it be at this point?
It's probably not too late into the evening. The fight wouldn't have taken that long, and I'd say in the entire course of this fight, unless he was roused out of his watching through Whisper, it probably took the half hour it took for Zizzle to find the crime scene, for lack of a better word. So, early evening. There is
So somebody should shake Zizzle. He's just been out this whole time.
just fucking Doctor Stranging it over there.
He was like,
Pretty much.
watch my. He was pretty much like, look out for me. I'll be back, and then everybody just left.
Well, he did tell me just to wake him if anything happened. So
Yeah.
He's at the
Anything
table.
interesting
imagine
happens,
if
shake
they
me.
come-
Boom
Yeah.
Boom is carefully stacking the shot glasses as we get drinks on top of Sissel's head, higher and higher.
Lord.
We should probably wake him now that we've got food. I think food's pretty interesting.
I just pour the fish plate into his mouth.
I don't eat like here very much.
This is fish.
I appreciate fish, but like one at a time. Why is there glass on my head?
You've been out for a very long time. We have
Yes.
worried and bored.
Oh, I found the place that the guy was attacked.
Oh, we have information as well.
We
about
solved the
shady
mystery.
guys. Yeah, we've done it. We're going back to the inn.
Well,
Oh,
Gremlins became the champion, and I beat Boom Boom.
why
It was
did
a
you
great
fight?
fight.
Well, Boom Boom said that we were gonna give it a go, and then I got in there, and she got in there, and she missed the punch, and then I nuzzled because I like attention, and then I tried to pounce on her, and I held her down, and then she flew up in the air, and then she just decided that we were gonna hit the ground, and we did.
And that
And then
hurt.
she said, and and she didn't like that, and I didn't like that, but she said, "No more," and I said, "I win," and that's how I did it.
It was quite a fight.
Congratulations. And glad you learned your lesson. Falling hurts. That's why I make other people do it.
Yeah, I didn't
I
like it
find-
very much.
I find that falling is not so much the painful part, but the landing. That's
Everybody
can
else
be
gets the
quite-
landing wrong.
Yes. But
So
I
the
am.
falling hurts.
In the
I am-
Feywild, I just fall on the marshmallow ground, where it's marshmallow.
What is this marshmallow?
How hard did you hit your head?
You just see Nixie holding an ice pick.
Hard enough.
There's still birds flying around their heads.
So, staying here for a while or heading back out into the wild world?
I mean, I would like just like a little short rest if you guys don't mind. I mean, even though I was only taking half damage, I still got beat up pretty badly.
I'm down for a short rest too.
I mean, he took a lot of damage from you because I was rolling like shit on damage rolls.
Yeah, if I didn't have that, if I didn't have rage, I would have went down really quick.
Yeah, because he's peek behind the curtain. Whenever you got knocked prone, he does extra damage. It's an extra d6 of damage, and if you failed that con save, you would have been stunned and taken 4d6 on top of that, his normal damage.
Yep, don't need none of that.
He hit really hard when I can actually land a hit.
The fact that you got in a fist fight with a monk and walked away is insane.
The barbarian.
If there was a class to do that, would be barbarian.
That half damage makes fucking, because and also your fucking whatever it was. If you were just doing regular unarmed strikes, it wouldn't have been nearly as bad. Because he reduces damage on every hit. Like, it's like he reduces a little bit of damage for every hit he takes. It's not half damage, but that Reaper's touch was what, fucking 12 points of damage every hit. Because your rage is your rage damage 2 or 3?
Shit, let me see. I don't remember.
I thought your rage damage was 3.
It might be odd to look on.
Because it was your strength.
No, it's 2.
Oh, so I was doing the math wrong anyway. It was 1 plus your strength, which is 4, plus your proficiency, which is 3, plus your rage, that's 2. So you're supposed to do 10 damage.
10 damage.
And he should have been only taking 8 per hit. He was taking 9. He reduces it by 2. So he's a hard one. But
Yeah.
that fucking Reaper's touch or whatever it was fucked him up. Because you normally would be doing 5 points of damage every hit without that. I didn't even fucking remember you had that. Fucking shadow barbarian abilities.
That's my thingy, man.
All right. You are welcome to enjoy the food, have some drinks, and take yourself a short rest here.
Okay. And now, while I do that, I will defer to the group as I've eaten up enough time.
You think I get back on a short rest?
Hit points.
I got healed.
Sorcerer really doesn't get much back on a short rest.
So I'm gonna use my arcane recovery and gain back a spell slot.
Okay.
Zizzle was down a couple.
Damn.
Damn.
Hey, dude.
Good
Look at
rolls
you
on
go.
those.
I'll roll one more and fucking max it out. Let's do that. Bat to max.
It's nice to have that button that says roll until max. And just stops.
Nice. All right. So, as the night goes on, several more fights take place. Many of them ending kind of the way that the one that when you first got in here, drunk people flailing at one another until one or both of them fall over. Nothing quite as much of a highlight as Grimlich's fight. You don't see or notice anyone particularly interesting coming in either. It's pretty much the same kind of crowd of people coming and going. But what would you like to do after you finish your short rest?
You guys want to go check out the crime scene more more personally, or do we want to go to that warehouse that we were just told about?
Y'all got a better lead with the warehouse than Zizzle did with the bloodstain, so. And
Is it on
found
the
out
way?
I mean, you kind of figured out the blood stain is where the guy was assaulted on the street.
Yeah,
and
that's
Zizzle wasn't there for it. But Tyler pretty much is like, yep, I'm the one that beat these people's asses.
Oh yes, Tyler was the one who was ripping off elbows and beating people with them.
Yeah,
Not
no shame about what he was doing.
Yeah,
he's picking
So that-
fights to pick fights.
Yeah, hey,
the warehouse
I
is the
guess
better
let's go
lead.
check. Yeah, let's go check out the warehouse.
All right, who's leading the charge that way?
I will. I'm the
All right.
champion.
Go for it.
Sick.
Give me a excuse me, perception check if you would. And with the use of the map, you can do so at advantage.
Wait, I fully have a large WWE style belt on.
It's like, I am the champion. Ha! Grimlich reaches down his throat and pulls out a big, ugly looking, adorned belt and just like straps it on. Where it came from, none of you fucking know. Just pulled it out of his.
It's got the symbol of the Dust Mother on there. 15 per perception.
It does take you a little while as the night kind of goes on. And
Quit.
you stop.
It's getting
So,
everybody.
navigating that in the now dark streets, the number of people out has dwindled significantly. Still have a few people out carrying lanterns and lamps and torches. You see a few more of those barrow-like contraptions with wood and contents sticking out in all directions, not hitting anyone this time, but certainly you can see a pretty laxed group of people loading these carts. But you eventually, using the map you were given, make your way through these streets. And the farther you go, the quieter and more dilapidated the buildings around you get, until you come to a section where there's a very little light and no people, and the sounds of the city are kind of a distant hum, as it seems like a lot of the civilization has abandoned this section of the island.
This place would burn nice.
Sure would. So we see the warehouse.
You see a number of buildings that look like they could be warehouses, but the map you were given was not specific enough to give you an exact building. It was more to the region. So you've got maybe half a dozen small warehouses in your immediate region, all appearing about the same in their exterior. No lights that you notice.
Nixie
No
will
light.
pull her hood up and then ask if
Should I look around at the snakies, or do we want to send Whisper out, or should we all just go together, or how do we want to do this?
Let's say which warehouse it was. The man with the head damage that you talked to.
Nixie will pull out the napkin
I got a map.
and hand it to Zizzle.
Definitely not drawn by a cartographer. You basically, it's like a crude outline of the Isle of Waves with an X on it. Not specific enough to be like the building is here. It's just like you're going to this spot, find it from there. Like I said, you got about a half a dozen to maybe 10 buildings in your immediate vicinity that it could possibly be in, but you're not sure which one.
Or we could do both.
You could try knocking.
Can I take 3 and Whisper take 3?
Maybe. And he'll pull up Whisper and be like, "You're gonna be okay. Check the sky, check where you land before you land. It'll be okay."
And he'll send Whisper out and do his sand table trick.
He brings up what she's saying.
All right, give me your perception check for Whisper. Does Whisper have dark vision? I think we've had this conversation before.
She does not. I get advanced keen sight.
So it's
but this is not dark vision.
Cancels out. And it's going to be very hard for her to really, even canceling it out with the disadvantage, is still going to be very hard for her to notice much because it is very dark. Other than the. Actually, let's see.
I need to learn dark vision. And I can cast it on her.
It is clear skies. Moon's not out yet, but you do see the faintest bit of starlight above
It is
you.
cutting out terribly.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
You're there.
All right.
Just for a hot
reason.
second.
What I said is, I don't know what
Dying.
all was cut
The
out,
internet
but
got 'em.
the sky is clear. The moon is not out. There is only a little bit of starlight up there. And with a 12
got a
on
12.
Whisper's perception, you can kind of like you make out the buildings and the streets, and so basically your sand table is a rough sketch of the buildings, the alleys, and any very like large details in there. Specifics like doors and windows and things like that, not there. You don't see anything that would suggest people coming or going either.
Okay. So no light, no major movement that she can pick up on.
No.
Whisper, you can't see well. It is dark. I need to learn a spell to help her with that.
I got dark vision. I got this. Nixie is no longer high after the short rest in food, though. So we're on top of our game.
Yeah, your high kind of went away about the time Boom Boom dropped you on your head.
Yep. It's been long enough.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that the high helped a little bit with the pain.
Numb the pain. Till after Grimlich's fight and you realize, ow, my head hurts.
Yep.
So you have 10 buildings and a rough idea of what the streets around them look like.
They look like they're. Sorry.
No,
They
go
look
ahead.
like they're dilapidated enough, like there would be like holes and stuff in like the roof.
Some of them probably might. Some of them look like the roof might not hold much weight if you were to. Well, you're tiny, so it wouldn't really matter. But yeah.
Does Boom Boom see in the dark?
She doesn't see in the dark, but she can fly up and look into holes.
All right. Go
got
ahead. And if you're going to do that, how many of these are you just going to go building to building?
Pretty much start working the way down the line.
Okay.
So did Whisper do that before we left? Because I also have a broom of flying that I can help out with. I'm stealthy and night vision.
I think Whisper was the initial, like, I'm going to see what's out there. And he got you a rough sketch of what the buildings and the streets around look like. Now you're all free to do what it is you want to do.
Does Whisper run all right so we can stay in contact while I go look?
Sure.
Okay.
Put the three of us out here. Don't go too far, because it might take too long for us to run there.
Okay, I'll be quick.
All right. Boom Boom, are you going with Nixie or are you taking the other cluster? It's basically it's like a main street, 5 on one side, 5 on the other.
Yeah, Boom Boom's just gonna see if there's any holes in the roofs and she can look in.
Okay.
She's not like trying to be as like Nixie would be like actually getting good looks. Boom Boom is just like there's a hole there. I can look in.
Odds or evens?
Odds.
Evens.
Okay. Go ahead and two of you give me perception checks as you kind of go building to building, flying above to avoid contacting the roof. And while they're doing this, what is everyone else doing?
Zizzle's doing his sand table thing with Whisper sitting on Nixie's broom. Just
Okay.
so the rest of us can kind of see at least what Nixie is doing. I don't know what the others are doing.
We got a 4.
Just hanging out.
If Nixie sees anything interesting, she's just gonna be like whispering it to Whisper, like full on reconnaissance.
So you got your walkie-talkie. Come
Mhm.
in. Speaking
Can
into
you
it like
hear
it,
me?
speaking into
Okay,
Whisper like it's a
so-
microphone. Hey.
So there's a really big bug on this one, and I don't know what to do about that. But I don't think it's dangerous. And then over here, there's this.
There's also a really big. Somehow, everywhere I go, there's a really big bug. As you kind of pass over each of the buildings, Boom Boom, it's kind of hard for you. It's buildings. You used to just, if you want to get in, you just get in. None of the sneaky stuff. Nixie, you're taking a little more time and able to see in the dark, so you're actually able to find those holes a little bit easier in the construction of these buildings. You do find about, it'd be the fourth building that you check. You do see that from within, you see some of the cracks in the roof. This one's a little bit less broken than some of the other buildings, but you do see faint breaks in the roof, and you do see a tiny bit of light peeking out from inside of that building.
She's gonna wait until she's a little farther away from the building to relay that because she doesn't want to be heard. But she's gonna check the 5th building anyway, just to be 100% safe. And then, while she's checking that, like in between checking those out, she'll be like,
Right, so the fourth building, it's not as broken down, but I saw a light.
Oh, that could be good. Next I saw light in building number 4. Did you see people?
"Did I see people?"
The cracks weren't big enough for you to actually see anyone in there. It was basically just the light kind of glowing through a little crack.
I couldn't see anything because the cracks were too small, but there was definitely light.
Might be able to get closer then.
So we have the sand table map of the area. So maybe we walk a bit closer to building number 4, but not quite up in its space.
You gotta wait for Boom Boom to come back to you though, otherwise she won't know where to go.
Oh, yeah. Boom Boom gets a message.
I'm not sure if you can hear this, but you should come join the group. We're about to go find somebody, I think. Maybe.
Here, I'm not sure what I was doing up here, anyways. She'll fly back.
Oh, I thought you could... This one is strange. So, I'm not going to tell you which building, because I know it's below top.
All right.
Well,
Nixie will ask if I need to
This-
check anything else, or should I just come back, or do you want to meet somewhere?
I guess meet back at building 4. We can do a deeper recon of building 4.
We'll
Yeah.
meet at right by building 3, I think, and then work our way to 4 together.
Go to the one that says bad guys here.
So as we get closer to the building, does it have windows and doors? Are they Boarded up or open or
The front,
can
it's
I
the
see in the dark?
you
Yes.
can. It is not a big warehouse, but you can see that there is a door in the front, but there doesn't appear to be any like windows. But you do see near the top, very small, like, very thin rectangular vents that look like they have been filled in with, like, boarded up.
Um, let's boarded up. And she saw light. Do we just knock on the door? Probably shouldn't knock. These might be bad guys. They might not. They might just be people working overtime. People
Can
have
you send
jobs.
Whisper in?
Maybe.
Does it look like there's a crack big enough for Whisper to get in?
Um, she'd have to look around a bit because where the where those little vents near the top are, um, she might be able to fit in if there's one that was installed poorly, but otherwise it's pretty. Everything's pretty sealed up.
Less boom boom.
Why don't we send Nixie in? I can make her really, really small.
I can.
How does she get in?
Well, I can make her like as small as Whisper.
That if Whisper finds a way in, that will be useful. But I don't.
I'm helping. Boom
She
Boom
hasn't
sits
found a way
down.
in yet.
Well, cats are mostly fluff and water. I can fit through anything. We don't have collarbones.
That's terrifying.
If your head can fit, so can everything else.
Don't like that. Don't like that logic. The door, the main door in the warehouse, is that got a gap big enough for Whisper to crawl through?
You might be able to squeeze
Is it like a
under.
slide? Is it like a sliding barn door or like a regular door?
It is just a regular. It's a large door, but it is a regular hinged door.
I gotcha. If she can slip underneath it, would do so. If there's light in there, she can see too, which will be helpful.
All right. Go ahead and roll me a d20, if you'd be so kind. And we will see if
Man,
the
last
gap.
time I did this, Whisper died. That's a natural one.
As
Am I going to?
Whisper is a bug, but still a pretty decent sized dragonfly. Um, and as she kind of gets on the ground and tries to work her way under the edge at the bottom, it seems very tight seal on the bottom, very closely fit. And then you watch as she kind of moves her way up and around all the sides of the door before just kind of flying back over your shoulder and gives out this kind of like disgruntled buzz and just sort of like
Bad buzz noises.
sad bug buzzing noises as she kind of settles back onto your shoulder. No way in.
Whisper can't find a way in.
And you guys said you were at the next building over?
Yeah, just
Like,
one away.
not right at the door. Okay.
Yeah.
So I don't know what to do now. Do we just go knock? Is that rude?
I can cast knock.
That would be a very loud noise, and I don't think that we should do that.
Zizzle is referring to the actual spell knock, not You're not.
Boom Boom isn't.
I mean, can Nixie get in there to scout it out?
We'll try the door. Whisper can't do knobs or handles or
Oh.
anything heavy.
Should we
more
shrink
just things
Nixie
large.
still? Or no?
I don't know. This is a locked door. This feels like a rogue thing.
Yeah, what's your sleight of hand?
Proof.
Maybe you unlock door first and then go in. Just make a little hole. Just a little opening. You walk in.
Nixie will like unlock the door with some thieves' tools, aka whip out her claw and just kind of pick the lock with her claw.
All right. Give me that wild and wonderful sleight of hand.
Isn't it thieves' tools? I mean, it's the
Um,
same thing. It really doesn't
Same
matter,
thing,
but
yeah. The only thing, like, if you have the expertise in the thieves' tools, you can go ahead and double that. But essentially, I'm assuming if you're proficient in sleight of hand, it would be the same thing.
I have the dot with the circle around both.
Then if that means you have expertise in sleight of hand,
Yeah.
which means you certainly do.
18. Ah! I'm sorry.
What the hell?
I'm so
was-
sorry.
What's
There was a
thunder?
really big boom of thunder and it scared the heck out of me. I'm very sorry.
What?
Scared the hell out of all of us.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. I was
Fuck.
like,
I'm sorry, I've gone fucking deaf.
I'm sorry. That little tiny peal of thunder I just heard? That's what made you jump?
It
That
was
was close to us.
right by my head.
Hold
I
on,
swear it was right outside my window.
Hold on, though. Because I know a lot of background noise is not getting picked up by those microphones. So if the microphone actually picked it up, it's loud as fuck. You got to think about the noise,
I have to eat this microphone for it to hear me.
So, with an 18, you slither your way up to the door as quietly as possible, your hood pulled up over your head. And with your claws out, you kind of work your way into the lock. And with a loud click, the lock opens. And the door is unlocked.
There was a loud click. Should I be concerned by that? Is the question.
not at all.
I guess I'll try to turn the knob of the door as quietly as I can and kind of just pull it out ever so slightly so I can try to like peek my head, like head around to see if I can't see something inside, if there's anybody close to the door. And if there is, she's gonna hide.
All right. As you carefully open this door, you pull it open and look, and you see immediately in front of you that in this room there are what look like just a lot of broken and shattered boxes and barrels. There looks like two sources of light in here, one on the wall to your immediate left and one from like the far back right corner. You can see it is dusty and dirty in here, but the most noticeable thing that immediately comes to your attention is the two men sitting at a table right near the door at a table playing cards. And
Should
that
just-
click, certainly audible.
So she'll just kind of close the door again and then hide.
But by saying it certainly was audible, they certainly noticed you. And
She's bolting. Feline agility, this bad lad.
and as you kind of open the door and stand there, these two individuals right nearby
Just
looking at the door as it opens, see it open. And immediately both of them grab these massive mauls and just go running after you. And that is where we will end for tonight. So
I wanted to know. Feline curiosity. Go.
Whack a cat.
But we're the champion. Grimlich's the champion.
yes,
Everybody, we won.
yes,
I am the chip.
you won against one drunk asshole.
I believe he was a wizard. I'm pretty sure
Um,
he was casting spells.
I'm pretty sure he was not. He,
Well,
well,
excuse me. Sorry.
thank you all for joining us for this. I know there was a lot of chaos involved, and that's generally how things devolve with this group, as usual. And with that, I hope you all have a good night. Take care. Thank you for watching. Spread the word, spread the love, and don't forget to smile. We are disorderly dice. We are disorderly decisions, and it's whiskey time. Thank you all.
Good night.
and Good night.
Sorry if I
night.
broke your eardrums.
Take care. Oh, I did not check.